Have you ever wondered why, out of billions of moments, billions of videos, billions of choices you could have made, your path led you right here, right now, to these words, to this very message? Think about it. You could have been anywhere, doing anything, listening to any distraction, but instead you found yourself here, in this exact moment, hearing something that feels almost as though it was written for you. And let me tell you, my friend, that is not an accident. Life doesn't throw things at you without meaning. Every seed, every sign, every encounter has a reason, even if it doesn't reveal itself immediately. You were meant to hear this today because there is something in your life, something in your heart, something in your journey that is calling you to wake up, to rise, to see what you've been blind to for too long. So many of us move through life half asleep, distracted by noise, overwhelmed by worries, caught up in routines, and we forget that sometimes the universe, sometimes God Himself, will find a way to stop us, to interrupt our flow, to whisper in our soul and say, "Enough. Stop, look, listen. This is for you." That is exactly what this moment is. This is not entertainment. This is not coincidence. This is a divine interruption. And when life interrupts you, it's because you've been going down a path too long without paying attention, and you're being called back to your purpose. Right now, as you listen to this, I want you to realize something powerful. There are no random messages in your life. If this has reached you, it has reached you with intention. That heaviness you've been carrying, that confusion you've been battling, that silent prayer you whispered when no one was watching. This is your answer. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You have not been left behind. You are here because you needed to be reminded that your life still matters, your dreams still matter, your future is still waiting to be claimed. How many times have you brushed off signs? You've seen numbers repeat. You've crossed paths with people who gave you advice at the exact time you needed it. You've stumbled across words that felt like they were aimed right at your heart, but you ignored them. You told yourself it was nothing. You told yourself it was just chance. But deep down you knew better. Deep down something inside whispered, "Pay attention." And still you looked away. That's why this message had to find you now, more direct, more unavoidable. This is your wake-up call. Some of you have been stuck in cycles you don't even like anymore. You wake up every day tired. You go through routines you don't enjoy. You surround yourself with people who don't truly see your value. And then at night you wonder why you feel so empty. And all the while, there's a quiet voice inside you saying, "This is not who you were meant to be. This is not all there is. There is more waiting for you." And that voice has been silenced again and again by fear, by doubt, by excuses. But today, that voice is rising. And this message is here to tell you, don't silence it anymore. Don't keep pretending you don't hear it. You were meant to hear this today because you are meant to remember who you are. You've been carrying too many labels put on you by others. They told you you're not enough. They told you you'll never make it. They told you you're too late, too weak, too ordinary. And somewhere along the line, you started believing them. But the truth is, they don't know the fire that lives inside you. They don't know the resilience you've built through every struggle, every setback, every heartbreak. You were meant to hear this today because it's time to stop living by their story about you and start living by the truth of your own. You are not what they said. You are not what you failed at. You are not the mistakes you made. You are the possibility of everything you can still become. And I want you to really think about this. Why today? Why now? Out of every possible second, why did these words find you in this exact moment of your life? Maybe it's because you've been delaying too long. Maybe it's because you've been telling yourself, "Tomorrow." Too often, and life knows you're running out of time to keep pushing it away. Maybe it's because you've been asking for a sign, but refusing to accept it, and so now the sign had to come louder, clearer, undeniable. You were meant to hear this today, because this is the day you can choose to change the direction of your story. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Every great transformation begins with one spark. Just one. And for you, this message is that spark. That's why it found you. You didn't stumble on it by mistake. It was waiting for you. It was written for you. And whether you believe it or not, whether you're ready or not, you cannot deny that something inside you is stirred as you hear these words. That stirring is not weakness. That stirring is the beginning of awakening. There is someone listening right now who has been carrying a dream for years, maybe since childhood, but fear and doubt buried it under responsibilities and routines. Let me tell you, this message is your permission to dig it back up. It's your sign to start again, to believe again, to fight again. There is someone else listening who has been drowning in pain, maybe from betrayal, maybe from loss, maybe from a battle no one else sees, and you've been telling yourself you can't take much more. Let me tell you, this message is your reminder that you are stronger than your storm, that your pain is not your ending, it is your training. And there is someone else listening who has been searching for meaning, for clarity, for purpose, wandering through life asking, why am I even here? This message is your answer. You are here because you matter, because your existence is not random, because your story is not over. And here's the truth: most people will ignore messages like this. They will hear it, feel it for a moment, maybe nod, maybe share it, and then go back to the same routines, the same habits, the same excuses. But you, if you're still here, if your heart is still leaning in, then you are not like most people. You are meant for more. You were meant to be shaken awake. You were meant to rise. And you were meant to hear this today because you are ready, even if you don't realize it yet. So don't treat this as a nice video. Don't treat this as just words. Treat this as the turning point. Treat this as the line in the sand. From today forward, you cannot claim you didn't know. You cannot claim you didn't hear the call, because here it is, loud and clear. You were meant to hear this today, because tomorrow you're meant to start living differently. This is not the end. This is the beginning. This is the spark. This is the reminder that life is still waiting for you to show up, fully, unapologetically, courageously. So don't waste it. Don't delay it. Don't silence it anymore. The message has found you, and now it's your turn to respond. Because you were meant to hear this today, so you can start becoming who you were always meant to be. Have you ever wondered why certain things keep happening to you? Why you come across the same words, the same numbers, the same experiences over and over again? My friend, life is not random. The universe does not deal in accidents. What feels like a coincidence is often a sign, a whisper, a message that's been around you all along. And yet, most people walk through life blind to these signs, dismissing them as chance, when in reality, they're invitations. Powerful invitations. To wake up to something greater. Think about it. How many times have you been struggling with a question, desperate for clarity, only to hear someone on the radio or see a line in a book that spoke directly to your heart? How many times have you been uncertain about your next move, and suddenly you receive a call, meet a person, or experience something that points you exactly where you need to go? That's not random. That's not luck. That's guidance. That's alignment. That's the universe, or you can even say it's the voice of your own deeper self, showing you what you've been ignoring. But here's the truth. The signs have always been around you. They were never absent. It's only that your eyes weren't open. Your awareness was too distracted by noise, by fear, by doubts. And when your mind is cluttered, You cannot see what's right in front of you. Imagine walking into a room filled with treasures, but the lights are off. You won't see a thing, though the treasures are right there. Turn the lights on, and suddenly, everything is revealed. Life works the same way. The signs are already in the room. The light you need to turn on is awareness. Every pain you've gone through, every disappointment, every delay was never just suffering. They were signs. Signs that you were meant for something different. Signs that you were being redirected. You see, sometimes rejection is a sign of protection. The door that closed was never meant to destroy you. It was a sign guiding you to the right one. But most of us don't see it that way. We get angry, frustrated, hopeless. We say, "Why me?" When in fact the real question should be, what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me? Because life doesn't waste your pain. It sends it to you as a message, as a clue, as a signal. The signs can come through people. Someone suddenly entering your life, someone leaving your life, even someone saying words that cut deep. These are signs. The signs can come through repeated experiences. You keep hitting the same wall, facing the same struggle, losing yourself to the same habits, until you finally wake up and realize, this isn't punishment, this is a message. You need to change. You need to grow. You need to step out of what you've been repeating. The signs can even come through silence. When nothing happens, when everything seems still, when you feel stuck, that silence is a sign. It's saying, pause, reflect, prepare. Something greater is being aligned for you. But here's the challenge. Are you paying attention? Most people don't. They drown themselves in distractions. Hours on social media, chasing the approval of others, numbing themselves with noise and business. And while they're busy, the signs are right there, screaming to be noticed, but they don't see them. You see, awareness is not about looking harder. It's about slowing down enough to see what's already there. If you want to understand the signs, you have to quiet the noise inside you. When you wake up in the morning, pay attention to the first thoughts that enter your mind. When you meet someone, pay attention to how your soul feels around them. When you face challenges, pay attention to the patterns that keep repeating. Don't just brush them off. They're signs. They're the universe's way of nudging you forward. And let me tell you something. Every single person listening to me right now has already been receiving signs. That feeling in your chest that tells you there's more to life, that's a sign. That dream that won't leave you alone, no matter how much you try to ignore it, that's a sign. That repeated thought that keeps haunting you, that's a sign. It's all been there. It's always been there. You don't need more proof. You don't need more evidence. What you need is courage. The courage to listen, the courage to act, the courage to trust. Because what good are signs if you ignore them? Imagine driving down a road and seeing a sign that says, "Bridge ahead is broken." If you ignore it, you crash. The sign was there to save you, but you dismissed it. That's how life works. The signs are not there to entertain you. They're there to save you, to guide you, to redirect you, to lift you. But ignoring them will only keep you stuck. Now, I want you to pause and think what signs have been showing up in your life lately. Maybe it's the same message you keep hearing everywhere you go. Maybe it's the same opportunity that keeps knocking, but you keep hesitating. Maybe it's the discomfort that won't go away, telling you to move, to change, to evolve. Stop pretending you don't see it. Stop waiting for more proof. The signs have been there. They've always been there. And here's the beautiful part. When you start honoring the signs, when you start walking in alignment with them, life begins to flow. Things that once felt heavy begin to feel lighter. Doors that once seemed locked begin to open. You stop fighting against reality, and instead, you start flowing with it. You stop resisting, and you start receiving. Because the signs don't just show you the way, they carry you when you trust them. So let this be your reminder today: you are not lost. You are not without guidance. You are not forgotten. The universe has been whispering to you, shouting to you, sending you messages every single day. And it's time you open your eyes. It's time you see. It's time you trust. Because the signs have always been around you. They're around you right now. And if you choose to listen, if you choose to act, if you choose to believe, you will discover that you were never wandering aimlessly. You were always being guided. Always. And that, my friend, is the truth that will change everything. To closing line, the signs have always been around you. Today is the day you finally decide to see them. Have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered, why? Out of all the millions of videos you could be watching right now, you're here, listening to this. Do you really think that's an accident? Do you believe it's random? No. Nothing in your life has ever been random. And the fact that you are here, right now, hearing these words means this message was meant to find you. It's not by coincidence, it's not by chance. It's destiny. Life has a way of speaking to us, quietly, softly, in the background. But most of us are too busy, too distracted, too weighed down by our own thoughts to notice the signs. Yet, the signs have always been around you. The people you've met, the moments of pain you've survived, the victories you've celebrated, the nights you cried when nobody saw you, and the mornings you still got up even when you didn't feel like it. All of it was preparing you to be right here, in this very moment. Somewhere deep inside, you've been asking for something. Maybe you asked for guidance. Maybe you asked for strength. Maybe you asked for a sign. And here it is. This message is not random. It's the answer to what you've been carrying inside your heart. You see, every struggle you've gone through was shaping you, chiseling you, building you into the person you were always meant to become. You thought life was breaking you. You thought the pain was pointless. You thought the failures meant you weren't good enough. But in reality, every single challenge was a step toward your greater purpose. The storm was never there to destroy you. The storm was there to strengthen you. Think about it. The moments when you were at your lowest, when you had no strength left, when you felt forgotten. Didn't you still survive? Didn't you still keep breathing? Didn't you still keep going, even when you thought you couldn't? That wasn't weakness. That was proof. Proof that there is something inside you so much stronger than you realize. Proof that you have a purpose bigger than your pain. Proof that you are here for a reason. And maybe, just maybe, you've been ignoring that reason. Maybe you've been shrinking yourself, holding yourself back, telling yourself stories like, I can't, or I'm not ready, or I'm not good enough. But listen closely. The fact that this message found you means you are ready. It means you are chosen. It means the time is now. There is a power within you, a limitless force that has been waiting for you to wake up to it. Your mind has the power to create, to attract, to shift your entire reality. But as long as you live in fear, as long as you hold on to the chains of doubt, as long as you keep replaying the past in your head, you'll stay stuck in the same cycle. And deep down, you already know you were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were meant to rise. You were meant to break free. You were meant to transform. The truth is, life is always speaking to you. Through people, through events, through whispers in your own heart. Every time you felt like quitting, but something told you, keep going. Every time you felt lost, but then you stumbled across words that gave you hope. Every time you were on the edge of giving up, but somehow you found the strength to try again. That was never an accident. That was life guiding you. That was destiny reminding you, you are not done yet. And here's what you must understand. Nothing changes until you decide it does. The message can find you, The signs can surround you, but if you don't take action, if you don't open your heart, if you don't step into the power that's already yours, nothing will shift. You can't keep waiting for tomorrow. You can't keep telling yourself that someday you'll start, because someday never comes. There's only today. There's only right now. Right now, you have a choice. You can continue living the same life, repeating the same patterns, carrying the same doubts. Or you can decide that this is your turning point. This is the moment everything changes. This is the message that finally wakes you up to your true potential. Ask yourself, why are you still here? Why are you still listening? Because deep down, you know it's for you. You know these words were meant for you. You know you've been searching for something, and now you've found it. This is your sign. This is your confirmation. This is the universe or God, or whatever name you give to the higher power, whispering directly into your heart you are chosen. Chosen to rise above your struggles. Chosen to heal from your past. Chosen to step into the life that's waiting for you. And I want you to feel that truth right now. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and breathe it in. I am here for a reason. I am not an accident. I am stronger than I know. I am ready to step into my purpose. Every single second of your life has led to this moment. Every joy, every heartbreak, every failure, every victory, all of it has been shaping you. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was meaningless. It all had a purpose. And now the question is, what will you do with it? Because the message has found you. The question is, will you listen? Will you act? Will you allow yourself to step into the version of you that has always been waiting to emerge? The one who is fearless, limitless, powerful, and unshakable. That version of you already exists. It's not a dream. It's not far away. It's inside you right now, waiting to be released. So let this be the moment you stop doubting. Let this be the moment you stop running from yourself. Let this be the moment you stop making excuses. And let this be the moment you finally say, enough is enough. I was meant for more. And I am ready to claim it. Because you are not here by accident. This message was meant to find you. And now it has. The only question left is, what will you do with it? 2 closing lines for impact. This is not just a message. This is your moment. Don't let it pass you by.